Hello dear students, my name is Alimova Samira and today we are going to hold our first lesson. So the topic of our first lesson is past continuous. So how do you think what is the past continuous and what it describes? So past continuous usually describes an action that was done in a proper period of time. So we are going to clarify this by its structure. So, as you know, almost all tenses has three types. They are positive, negative, and question. So let's talk about them in a more deeply way. So positive. It has its structure like subject plus was or were plus verb plus ing. So here it's really essential to highlight that we cannot imagine our sentences like continuous sentences without ing. So let's have a look to an examples. Molly was playing a doll at 11 a.m. So here Molly is a subject. Then was is given just as was or were as here in the structure. And play is a verb and we are adding ing form to it. So I'd like you to pay attention actually to the time also, as we mentioned before that time also plays a great role. So at 11 a.m. it is in the past, but here we are just given a brief info about that time, about the process of that playing a doll. So let's turn to negative one. So this is the simplest one. We are just going to add not to this structure. So which means subject plus was or were plus not plus ing form. But most people use instead wasn't and weren't like in a more shortened way. So let's look to the examples. Paul and Lisa weren't sitting at the garden in the morning. So in the morning refers to the past and they were not sitting there. The process wasn't like in a proper way. So Paul and Lisa. So you see they were just used this negative and shortened form of were. Then question form. So as usual, to be, was, were, and other things like comes before a subject in the question form. So as you see here, was and were standing before a subject plus ing. So for instance, was Rustam playing computer games at 6 a.m.? So you are giving a question about 6 a.m., about the past. But was he playing or not? So you are interested in his action in the past approximately at 6 a.m. So I guess it was quite clear for you to understand the structure of past continuous, and I hope that it was really essential and useful for you. So then let's have a look then to this table. So this table also helps us to prove what we're talking about. So look, I imagine that you have a friend, let's say Sarah. So she wants to play a tennis, like she played tennis. She began playing it at 3 p.m. and she stopped playing it at 4:30. But at 3:30, at 4 and 4:50 she was playing it. Like she was at the process of playing this game. So you see, we are giving a brief info of what she was doing at that time properly. Not now, not about future, but about the past and about the process of that action that she was doing. So if everything is clear, so let's compare then it with present continuous in order to more clarify the meaning of the past continuous. So here is given some examples to compare them their structure. So as you see, present continuous and past continuous has its own similarities as both of them are continuous forms. So here, in each sentence, ing is added. However, the difference between them was to be. So as you see, present continuous uses more like am, is, are, and past continuous uses was, were, etc. So look at an example. I am explaining you our theme. And I was explaining you our theme at 8 a.m. So I'm explaining it to you like right now at the moment. It is present continuous. But I was explaining you our theme at 10 a.m. means the action was in the past, and at 10 o'clock there were a process of my explanation to you. So then Lilia and Sasha are playing chess at the moment, so it's clear that right now they are playing a chess. But here at the past continuous, Lilia and Sasha were playing chess in the morning. So in the morning it is a past action, and at that time they were playing chess. So let's turn to the question forms. Like as I said, in both sentences, like to be comes before the subject. So is she listening to music or was she listening to music? So as you see, is and was. Is refers to the present continuous. For the past, it's just was. Don't forget about INGs actually. They are really essential in continuous forms. So what about WH questions? So we are adding WH questions actually. So what are you doing? So it's an occasional question for you, and there would be no doubt for your understanding on this sentence. Yep. What are you doing and what were you doing? So what are you doing is a present thing that asking you, so what are you doing at the moment? And what were you doing is a past form of it. Then let's actually compare also past simple with past continuous. So past simple, has its definite time, like it's a complete action. You know when it starts and you know when it ended. So let's look to the example. So we played tennis yesterday. So you played it and the action was completed already. Yep. But here in past continuous, you're just describing the process we were playing at that time. So you know the beginning, and there is a process of your playing that game in that time. For instance, what were you doing at 3:30? We were playing tennis. Yeah, that's simple, yes? So if everything is clear to you guys, let's have an activities. Sorry, activities. Yep. So through looking to these pictures, you have to find out or make up a sentence according to one of them. Like in past continuous forms, it should be only in past continuous forms, guys. You have 3 seconds to look through them. Okay, time is up, and I hope that you found all answers to all of our pictures. So here is the answers then. A man was smoking a pipe. A girl was wearing a hat. A man was wearing a jacket. And it was raining. So you see, they are just explaining the process which were in the past. So if the answers were the same with your answers, then really great. So here is the second activities. Here you have to find out, make a proper gap from these pieces of words. So the first one was done for you. What was Sim doing when you saw him? So, which means you have to make up this kind of simple questions. Go on, you have actually 15 seconds for doing that. Okay, time is up. Let's check our work then. The second one, yep. What were you doing at 11 o'clock? If the answer is the same with your answer, hit the ticket and make it right. Then, the third one. What was she wearing yesterday during the party? Yes, correct. Was it raining when you went out? Great. Yep, I'm sure that you made it right. So, this is the end of our topic, and I really hope that everything was clear for you. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye.